All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Love Actually podcast mini series where we get the opportunity to look deeper into a new episode that is coming up. So, with that being said, I would love to introduce someone special to me. Actually, I just had to pray really hard because God put her in this moment to specifically be here and talk about love. Just kind of observing her around the church, just seeing the way she moves around and how loving she is and how much of a great mother she is and a great wife. I'm super excited to have this conversation about love with her. So we are going to welcome in Mrs. Ufuoma. All right, here she is.
Yay, thank you so much, Jabria. It's so nice to be here. I was really surprised when you talked about having me on the show. It's such an honor. I pray that God will use me to bless you and your viewers today.
Amen. Well, thank you. So we have one big question that we would love to just kind of talk about and move back and forth on. But I would love for you to tell me a misconception you or others had about love before you truly experienced it.
Misconception about love. There's so many misconceptions. I would like to start off. Well, this is a Valentine's Day series. So I would love to ask, what kind of love are we talking about? Because there are different kinds of love. And then we talk about truly experienced it. Like, I guess we gotta figure out what that means too. But what kind of love are you talking about? Because
that's a good
there's
question.
also the love between brother and sister, which always starts off with tension. When you're young, there's a lot of fighting, and then it goes to, okay, this is my steady end, and you know that love is really deep. It's like now that's where you start to feel the blood is thicker than wine as you start to age with your siblings. So let's start with like what type of love, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about the agape love because we're Christians, and I know everybody want to hear that. So the agape love is the God kind of love, really, and it is the selfless love. It's the love that really doesn't think about itself. So I would say a misconception about that love would be like, I had to do something to earn it, right? I had to do something to earn God's love. I had to be best. I have to have no sin. I had to perfect, not lie, not steal, not look at somebody the wrong way. I have to make sure I put all my, cross all my T's, dot all my I's for me to earn that love. That was a true misconception, especially growing up, in the home that I grew up in, very traditional. You feel like you have to be perfect before God can even sniff you. But the Bible tells us otherwise, that He came when we were yet sinners. Christ died for us. So we didn't do anything to earn that love. That is a selfless love. It's a love you don't have to pay for. But when you truly grasp that love, you rise up to the love. You're like, okay, you did that all for me, and then you rise to that love. And even if you don't end up rising up to the love, He still loves you. I really loves the song that says the overwhelming reckless love of God. It's so like when you think about yourself, and I think about myself, and my ups and downs, even in my walks with the Lord. Even when I fall, I realize He still comes back to pick me up. But when I'm up, He still uses me to be a blessing. It's unchanging. I'm the one who changes. So that's that love, right? Then we're talking about the other love, which is the romantic love.
Really quickly, I would just like to say, thank you so very much for one, teaching us the difference between agape love and romantic love. Because I feel like when people use the word love, they always think, oh, romance. I have feelings. But you're right. Like, agape means to literally love somebody so much so that, like, you would give yourself. And not only will you give yourself, but like you would see all the things that they do for you.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, you know what? With all the things that you've done, and the ways that you've loved me, and the ways that you cared for me, even when I didn't care, I have to match that. You know what I'm saying? Or I would love to match that.
Yes.
And that's what I love about God. I love about God, because you're right. Like, He loved us even when we were sinners. He came down. His disciples were sinners. And He loved them to health. And it's just like, what makes you think that if He doesn't love them, He will love me? So,
All right,
So now romantic kind of
you.
love, the love everybody try to click on this video for. You know, maybe thinking you was gonna get a Valentine, we was gonna teach you how to get a husband. It wasn't happening.
Oh my
It
gosh.
wasn't happening. So what's a misconception about romantic love that you had?
I would say that it will always feel like that. Like if I truly love my husband, because I'm married, I have 2 kids. If I truly love my husband, we're going to be passionately all over each other all the time. The truth be told is a lot of that excitement is in the beginning of the marriage, right?
How would you? What's the time frame?
It depends on how much work you put into it too. That's the type of love you also have to be working it. You see, the agape love is there, it's constant. But you see that eros love, you have to be working it. You have to look nice, be pretty, you have
Smell
to
good.
smell good. Cook his favorite dish, whatever, say the nice things, whatever, take him to his favorite places and vice versa, speak their love language, right? There's the love language. So that love, you actually have to work for, like you work it. So a misconception is that it will just be there naturally, like the agape love all the time, but it's not. You actually have to continuously work that love for it to stay. That's definitely something I would like to tell those that are looking to get married. So sometimes you think, because I don't feel, that's where this feeling of this idea of I don't feel love, so I don't have love. You're not feeling the eros right now, but chances are explore the other types of love. Even sometimes between spouses, it might just be like the brother and sister love, where it's you know what, you're my ride or die. Whether you look ugly, your breath is stinky, we walking this life together. So, and that in itself is also love. So it changes, and sometimes it's the agape love where you just give everything, and sometimes you might feel like the person is not putting in their best foot, but you still do acts of love towards them, do the things they enjoy doing things that will bless them. What about somebody that is married to a spouse that is paralyzed or disabled? The love, you may not have so much eros because maybe there's not even opportunity for you guys to work on that, but there is a love that is servicing the person, taking care of their needs, blessing them, praying for them, walking with them through life. So that's another type of love, and it changes in marriage. It changes as you guys are going together, you understand each other. Sometimes it might be frequency of certain things will change, but the love remains.
I see why we had her on the podcast. She is full of wisdom. You are full of wisdom. You dropped a lot of nuggets there, because I think that is a big misconception. It's thinking that the feeling is always going to be there. You're always going to be heightened for your partner. And it's if you're not putting in any work, just like my mom said, she says, faith without works is dead. So it's don't think that they're just going to wake up and love you every single morning if you're not actively pushing and trying to get to know them. One thing that a misconception was thinking that you would know everything about your partner through every single step. The thing about it is I learned that don't we change every 7, not even every 7 years, but we change very often. So one day you can have a realization on your own and be I don't like strawberries anymore, I like blueberries. And it's something as simple as that.
We used to, the strawberries was our thing. Now what are we gonna make it? Now we gotta find a new thing. So that's the one thing I would say with marriage. It's not just in making that decision, it's not just how I feel about this person, it's what God is saying about this person. You really need to know what God is saying about this person and you, because
go deep in that. Go deep in that. What do you mean when God says?
you need to have a conviction that God has told you in your spirit that this is your husband, that this is your wife. If you have not, if you're not sure, go and pray again. Until you hear God say, I have given you this person as your spouse, as your person to be, because things will change. I don't know how to explain, like you said, everything will change. Sometimes they'll act up, sometimes you act up, sometimes they travel, sometimes they go through a bad spout in life. And all of those things could make you feel like maybe this was not the one. And once you start to feel like this was not the one, the devil is having a party on you. But if you have that confirmation from God that this is not the one, you will go back and cry to him, God, did you not say? You know, you can hold God. God is the only one person that can be faithful. So he has to give you a word to write the journey. Because if he doesn't give you a word, and your friend told you he's great, your mom says he's great, but God has not told you he's great. When the problems come, the only person that can be faithful to help you through is God. So you have to have him say yes, so that when the challenges come, you can say, God, but you said.
You remember
God,
when you told me?
Exactly.
You told me it's okay, go get married.
Exactly. So that sometimes is even my prayer. I'm talking just even my personal journey. I would say, God, but you said, and God will suddenly work a miracle and everything's back. So you have to have God telling you the yes.
Wow. Y'all, I hope you took notes, but not only that, I hope you are pumped and excited to see her on the next episode. To also just have this segment, save it, send it to somebody, and make sure that you know the difference between agape and eros, which means lustful love or just like that feeling love versus that consistent love that will never leave you. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.